Hi, I'm Toni.
And I'm Sig.
And this week, it's not long until it's forgotten. This is a very special episode, as we have a guest.
Which 2 episodes ago we said we weren't going to have a guest for a while.
Yeah, that went out the window. And yeah, we're going to evaluate last week's TWAB, however you want to say it. And yeah, see what we've been up to and just talk with somebody else for a change, rather than just us two. So, without further ado, this is Alpha. He's been Yeah, we mentioned him a lot last week.
We did.
Mainly because we played with him a lot last week. But yeah, so going through everything he's actually done, this could take us 5 minutes on its own.
Oh, come on, it's not that bad.
It's quite a long and impressive list, to be fair.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, fair point.
How many items are we looking at here?
About 7.
7 or 8 items?
Yeah.
7 items.
Yeah,
it's just because I've got no life, that's all it is.
I think the quote you put was like, because I'm actually good at the game.
That was more of a dig at Sig than anything.
Ow.
So, you've obtained the Not Forgotten.
Yes,
You
I
have 3 titles, the latest being Cursebreaker.
Yep.
All the new exotics, and you're only missing raid exotics. You've completed all the Revelry triumphs. You've achieved 1,500 of the 2,500 kills, but now you're just showing off Iron Banner triumph. You have the 1k Voices raid exotic, and you have 21% Delirium Gambit principal weapon.
Pinnacle.
Yeah.
Pinnacle.
See, I'd like to point out how I didn't correct you there.
No, it would be somebody else. But yeah, that's still an impressive list.
It is an impressive.
Aren't all your characters 700 as well?
Yeah, all my characters are 700.
Sure enough now.
That's called time dedication.
What was it you said when I read you the list earlier? You was like, that's just sweaty, that. Just sweaty.
Just sweaty. No, it's because I actually play the game.
Try hard.
Try hard.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I would admit to that. Having the Not Forgotten proves that I'm a tryhard.
Yeah.
So
there you go, sorry.
What are you most proud of then?
Not Forgotten, obviously. The grind for that was incredible. Having the Revelry active at the moment did help, because especially playing Countdown, being able to grenade spam and hold off an objective.
You were
really
one of
helped. Yeah, I'm one of those. I'm not one of those in quick play. Remind me
what class you play, Alpha.
I play a hunter.
I could just see the bitter wall.
What's your problem with hunters?
He has lots. We could be here a while if he explains them.
I'm not even going to open that kind of worms. It's not worth it.
Mouth zipped there.
Yeah, that's just a different episode completely. We should get a hunter, a titan, and a warlock, and like battle out which is the best.
You'd be hard pressed to find.
That would be me, Spicy, and Mord that could just argue out which one's better on that one.
I feel like that's a shout. That's a different
would be here
episode.
For hours though.
It's fine. It'd be completely fine. Which one was the hardest? Just the Not Forgotten, or?
I would have thought it'd have been the Cursebreaker, you know. Because...
Yeah, it all depends on what you define as hardest. I think the Cursebreaker took me the longest because it was all RNG. There was no control over it whatsoever. You just had to do the events and hope that you got the items necessary for that title. Hardest is in what actually took the most dedication was definitely the Not Forgotten, because I was never thought that I was going to achieve it. It was always something that I saw other people use, and I was like, do you know what? I'm happy with my Luna. My Luna is powerful enough. I don't want Not Forgotten. But then getting up to 2100 within like a day, I was like, do you know what? I can push this. I can take it as far as I can, and I just kept doing it day by day. I'll play until I lose. As soon as I lose, I'll come off and play something else. I just carried on doing that day by day until I reached the 5500.
That's good.
So yeah, that was definitely much harder in respects of dedication and time.
Yeah. So you say you have 3 titles. You obviously have Cursebreaker. What are your other 2?
I have Wayfarer and Dredgen.
Oh. So would you just like to explain what the 3 are? Like, what do they mean?
Yeah. Wayfarer is getting like all of the exotics, all of the armor pieces and stuff like that for the different DLCs that have come out. So it's a collective one where you've got to collect everything from those DLCs. There is also a few other things in Wayfarer, but it's mainly to do with your collections tab on the menu. Dredgen is all about Gambit.
Yep.
When Gambit first came out, I no-lifed Gambit. Like I had in the first season of Gambit, I reset my Gambit rank 5 times.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
that's and
yeah,
each Gambit is 10,000 points, if I remember
yeah.
correctly.
When it first came out, it was it was lower than what it is now, and at the moment it's 15,000 to reset. It was lower when Gambit first came out, and yeah, I reset 5 times just because it was a new game mode, and I actually really enjoyed it. I do kind of regret grinding it as much because I've kind of fallen out of love with Gambit recently. But it was a lot of fun, mainly because you had things like the Malfeasance to go for as well. So it would give you a new exotic, new lore, new storylines and things like that. You got to learn more about the Drifter. So going for the Dredgen title itself, it wasn't just about the title, it was about the experience. It was about playing a new game mode, learning new lore, and generally it was a lot of fun because it's something that had been missing from Destiny for quite a long period of time. Wasn't that nothing substantial to keep you going, sort of thing. So that's why I really pushed for Dredgen as much as I did.
I feel like you were one of the first few that I actually saw with that title.
Yeah, I was.
You had it quite quickly.
I did, yeah. It was. I think it took me a month or 2 to get.
Wow.
Just because I got really lucky with the drops and really lucky with the meatballs spawning. The meatball was the boss that you needed to get certain things to drop.
I think you had it for the end of October.
Yeah, I got it before they changed the spawn of the Ascendant servitor.
Yeah. Wow.
Or however long that was, but I got it before they changed everything around and made it a little bit easier for him to spawn. They increased his spawn rate. That was fun. And then Cursebreaker's the new one. Cursebreaker's completely to do with the Forsaken storyline and the Last Wish raid.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of stuff in there, and the one thing that was holding me back from that was again RNG. It was the not raid weapon, the strike specific weapon, and that just took forever for that to drop.
Could you explain what RNG is? You've sort of said it a couple of times, but for those
RNG is random number generated, either loot or in some cases it even affects Crucible with your fire, your shots that you make. Essentially, it's a number between X and X, and that number dictates how well or how poor your loot is. And it can be influenced by several other factors, like for example with the strikes, you can increase your RNG by equipping the strike specific emblem, by achieving higher scores. So there is a way to sway it. In essence, there's no real control over it. It's completely computer generated as to what your reward is for what you're doing.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Is that why you constantly complain about my RNG, Sig?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because you've got your RNG is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's annoyingly good.
Exotics and things, they just randomly drop. And...
To be fair, I had a random exotic drop today.
It was like the third of a one you had.
But guess what it was?
What?
It was the third Skull of Diaharm Kara.
Is that a good thing?
It's good exotic, but I already had it.
I mean, I had
Is it a better roll?
It was not a better roll.
That's unlucky.
Sucks. As you would say to me, it's a feels bad man. Just saying.
She's got you there, man.
It's true. You say it too much to me, and now I had the chance. So the TWAB. I feel like we're going to get an angry Scottish man right now.
Be careful.
No, I feel like we might.
No. You've got my bleep on standby anyway, so you're okay.
I do, yeah. Which is a bagpipe for our listeners.
Yeah.
If you hear the bagpipe,
I refuse to let you use that. It's not going to happen.
So they've nerfed or nerfing the Not Forgotten in the Luna's Howl.
They are. The week that me and Mike both receive those guns.
Which is
And I'm just
insane.
yeah,
I'm not gonna
it's
get angry. I'm not gonna get angry about it. It's
neither
not
am
worth
I.
getting angry over.
Not-
It's not
well,
worth getting angry over.
So what they're doing is on both guns they're nerfing the Magnificent Howl perk. It won't be triggered by 2 precision shots, but it'll be triggered by. You've wrote this all wrong.
2 head, 1 body.
Yeah.
1 body shot.
No, they've changed it so that usually when you're using either Luna or Not Forgotten, the Howl perk procs when you get 2 precision hits.
Yeah.
And then your third shot,
Does
if
bonus
it's
damage.
at the moment, your third shot does extra damage on a third precision hit. So you essentially, if you've got Luna or Not Forgotten and you've got that perk procced, which means it's active, you can essentially kill one person with it and then potentially get a 2-hit headshot kill on somebody else.
Which
So
is
the time to kill
so-
it, yeah, the time to kill on it is ridiculous. I do appreciate the fact that there's not much that can, well, there isn't anything that can keep up with it.
No.
So in that respect, yeah, I can see where the nerf is kind of needed.
Yeah.
especially on Not Forgotten because that gun has more range than the Luna's Howl, if I remember correctly.
No, yeah, it's got more. See, when they said that they were nerfing them, I wouldn't be too bothered if they nerfed Luna. Just simply for the fact that Luna is a lot more commonplace in Crucible.
It is.
It's true.
It's never been easier to get to 2100 in competitive than it is at the moment. That's with even without the Revelry event, it's never been easier to get to 2100. The amount of people who have Recluse already just amplifies the fact that it's not very easy to get to 2100, but it's not as much of a chore as it used to be. So when they said that they were nerfing both of them, I was like, Not Forgotten's a lot harder to obtain. I can completely understand the Luna nerf, but there are very few people, well, not very few, there's a significant portion less people that have Not Forgotten than that have Luna. So I don't understand why it's a pinnacle weapon in my view.
Yeah.
So that was where I was kind of disheartened, is the fact that they're doing both of them. Plus the fact that the nerf itself isn't just doing the Howl proc, it's doing the rate of fire on the hand cannon as well,
so
dropping from
both guns
180 to
go
150.
to 150.
Yeah.
And in context, that's like when the shotguns got hit.
Yeah.
They were 200 RPM, the full auto shotguns.
Yeah.
And they got reduced to 110, so they still fire quite quickly. But in comparison to how quickly they used to fire, you now can't put out as much DPS over time.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you can hit the shots still with the Luna's Howl and the Not Forgotten, you're still going to get the kill.
Yeah.
It's just
Speed.
It's just a little bit rough that they would do that.
Mm.
To be fair, I did find it quite amusing at first, because I think it was like a day or two after you obtained the alpha that they announced it. I think when Sig got it not long after, and I was like, I shouldn't laugh, but it is quite funny.
We know you did. It's fine.
Yeah. Horrible person deep down. Yeah.
Speaking of which,
that's fine.
Don't
worry about it.
Soon.
Leave my spectral blade out of this. All right? We have this conversation at least every week. Leave it out of it. So, yeah, I do feel for you though. You did put a lot of work into the Not Forgotten, especially.
It's a lot of time investment.
Yeah.
And I think if taking away something, they should at least reward something back for hitting 5,500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like special emblem, a shader, something, just something to commemorate that you hit 5,500.
Yeah.
See, I'm not too disheartened for it, just simply for the fact that I know that now that I've attained Not Forgotten, the nerf isn't really going to affect me.
No.
As big-headed as it sounds, it's not going to really affect me because of the fact that I've learned how to play with weapons to be able to get up to that 5,500. I had to learn how to counter Luna. I had to learn how to counter the Not Forgottens that I encountered. So I've learned how to play better. So anybody who has Not Forgotten is still going to dominate in Crucible.
Yeah.
They're still going to do really, really well.
To get
It's going to
be good.
Yeah, I think it's going to hit the people who have Lunar more because they haven't grinded as hard. They got to 2100, either they were carried or they worked themselves up, but they stopped at 2100. They were, I've got my Lunar now, I don't need to do anything else. So I think it's going to hit the people who have Lunar harder because they've not grinded as hard.
They've not had as much practice.
Yeah, they've not. They'll have still learned how to play Crucible more, but
Yeah.
they haven't learned as much as somebody who's grinded for Not Forgotten. Because that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time in Crucible.
Yeah, I believe from rank 4,000 to 5,500, you have the same people in the what's what I'm looking for here.
I don't know where you're going with the conversation, so I have no idea.
You get paired up with pretty much the same people.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're more likely to encounter people that have like
Not Forgotten
the guns and stuff.
Or in 4 stacks, or running hunters with spectral blades.
I'm one of those, so
yeah.
I'm not the same league as you guys in Crucible. I'm nowhere near.
So. Mythic 3 was horrible. From Mythic 3 to 5,500 was just it was a nightmare. It was horrible. We got paired up with the same 4 stacks, 6 games in a row. And luckily enough, we won all but one. But they were going hard, and you could tell that you had encountered a different level of player.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm nowhere near that. I'm so happy I'm nowhere near that. I struggle. Whatever I'm on now, I can't ever remember what I'm on. Give
it about a year.
That's optimistic.
I didn't want to say anything.
Let's move on to the next topic, which is
Invitation of the Nine. So, for people who have been doing the Invitation of the Nine, which all 3 of us here have, week 7 isn't working, or didn't work, because there's no Vex on the Tangled Shore, and Bungie realised this after they've released it. So currently it's not working. They did sort of say it will be fixed by next week.
Hopefully,
all being well. They're working on it, which is always positive. But yeah, it was just kind of funny, but it's a nice break to sort of reflect on how people found it so far. Because out of the entire clan that we have, I think we were sort of the only 3. There might have been a couple of others who had really done it because others were like, no point. A bit lazy to do that. There's no real incentive to do it. So just sort of look at what we've thought of it, really. Has anyone really enjoyed it?
Yeah.
I enjoy the story of it. I don't enjoy the activity so much.
Why?
It's basically do a strike and then kill some enemies until it randomly drops 9 of an item.
Yeah.
And that's just week after week. And there's no reason to do like an heroic strike or a nightfall version of the strike for it. You can literally just go into the planet and start the strike from that.
Yeah.
It's just super easy.
See, I really enjoyed it. I know Alpha said you had as well.
Yeah.
Like, I like the story. I like the floating lady. She's pretty cool. But I also quite enjoyed the fact that I sort of know what I'm doing. Like, it takes me at least 4 times longer than you to do it. But it's something I know I can achieve. Whereas some of the content I'll start and it's on my like sort of tracked for a good 3 months. There's things that I started back when I started playing that I've still not done. Whereas these, I know I can do it because it is pretty straightforward. The one that I got really stuck on was bug in the system. Hated that one. Hated it. Well, I hadn't unlocked bug in the system. So I had to go and do everything else before I could get it. And yeah.
Oh, you had to go back and experience Curse of Osiris.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, it was awful. But like, I sort of enjoyed it because I knew I'd do it. And it's sort of like a bit of an ego boost to be like, hey, I'm not so bad. What did you think, Alpha?
I think it was... See, as I said, I really enjoyed it. But I think I enjoyed it more for the fact that you were able to get lore without having to invest a lot of time into something.
Yeah.
It was a very quick turnover in in your effort to your reward, and especially to say that it's regarding the 9. The 9 have been elusive. There's never really been a lot of lore about the 9 anyway, and to have it, even though it's drip fed, you only get a little bit every week. Even though it's drip fed, it still gives you an insight into something that I think a lot of players have wanted to know more about for a long period of time. Because the only interaction that we've had with the 9 beforehand was through Zur. And even then, that was just purchasing things off him and then getting little snippets of information from things that he says whilst you're standing nearby him. So I think it allowed you to focus on stuff that was more important. Like, you didn't have to take massive time out of like raiding or grinding Crucible or your strikes. So you were still able to focus on working on your pinnacle weapons, but you also had that quick turnover of new lore, new story, new things to discover. And I think that's the reason why I liked it. It was good content, I think.
I do like that it's starting to tie some loose edges from Destiny 1 back into Destiny 2.
Yeah.
I never played Destiny 1, so I wouldn't know. I know bits.
You missed out.
You did.
I have actually. I did recently buy Destiny 1, so I might have a throwback and just go and play Destiny 1.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I bought it. It was like £2, so I went.
That's depressing.
It was £2.
I bought that when it first came out. It was like 80 quid, and now it's £2. I'm like, oh god.
Forget about all those DLCs.
Oh yeah. Don't remind me.
No, it like, I don't know. So I have a few friends who are Halo players, and they were sort of like, we looked at Destiny 1 and never played it. So I'm like, hey, we can all play Destiny 1 together. So I might just end up doing that.
Stream that.
What, stream Destiny 1?
Oh, definitely.
Oh god. I mean, I stream now and I'm just not very good. So
stream Vault of Glass. We'll take you through Vault of Glass. We'll get everybody together at some point, and we'll go and do Vault of Glass.
I'm gonna hold you to this. We should definitely.
Yeah, that's fine. So it's being recorded, so you can just play it back to me and go. I think you remember saying this. Yes.
Yeah. Well, we got it on tape.
I'm down for that. I'm
sure we can find 3 other people. Pretty sure we can.
Oh yeah, there's a few that still want to go back and do that. Like, we mentioned it to Maud, and he was like, "Oh yeah, let's go do it right now."
Okay.
Yeah. Spicy will be up for that, and I'm sure that I can twist Dom's arm and get him to join us.
Definitely, we can do this. I have faith. Yeah.
And I can play with my self-res for once.
I've heard so much about the self-res. It better live up to its reputation now.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah. Stupid. Shouldn't have been in the game.
It shouldn't.
I think they I've heard bits about obviously Destiny 1, because we'll sit and have conversations and Sig will be like, hey, there was this bit, and he'll give me a bit of context.
And if there's something mentioned in Destiny 2 and you're like, what's that? I'm like, oh yeah, this happened in.
Well, it's sort of when my favourite, Cade 6, bless him, when he died and he was like, you can put your rock on my map, and I was like, I have no idea what he's talking about.
So then I had to.
So you went back to the YouTube video and was like, look,
here's Eris.
Here's Eris.
The rock.
This is Eris. Tell me. Yeah, it was great. It was good. So I now like Eris because she's badass. She's pretty cool. I like her.
Nobody trusts Eris apart from me.
I love Eris. You just say sassy. It's brilliant. Yeah.
Free eye, babe. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take a piece of that. All right.
So should we move on to weekly play? What have we been doing? So feel free to add stuff I may have forgotten, because I'm not the best at lists, as we've probably established so far. Start with the revelry. I've finally got the horns. Sorry,
I also got the horns today.
I got little horns though. You've got big horns.
I had the wings before, but I finally got the horns.
Oh, that's cool. Have you got any of them, Alpha, or is that a stupid question?
No, I don't actually have any of them.
You don't have horns? That's sad.
No, I have. I didn't see the point of going for them just because they're not going to last after Revelry ends.
Yeah, I was talking about this last week. It's kind of like the stuff that they had in Age of Triumph from Destiny 1, the cool glowy armor, but they're just taking it away, and I don't see why they're taking it away.
It is dumb.
I
wasted all my the essence stuff or whatever it is. I wasted all of that on grenade spam. in Crucible.
That's fair. I've still got loads left, so I might just get into Crucible later and be like, I've got to use it. Might as well.
I think I've got like 400 left, so I might as well just go and start throwing it at what's her face and just
Evil
like,
Levante.
Evil Levante, that's the one. It's just
And it's
like no
definitely-
longer selling shaders. Here, give me some stuff that's going to run out in a couple of days.
She's basically selling space drugs to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
So yesterday I finished all of my tier 3 reckoning for the first time, and I now have a full Reaper set for
I'm
Gambit
still
Prime.
on tier 2. That's really depressing. Still not finished tier 2. I keep getting extra randomers who leave me, and oh.
Oh, have you gone Reaper? Have you?
Yeah, I've got a full Reaper set.
Ah, okay. I've got full Notorious Invader.
Very nice.
There again, I am the clan invader, so I kind of needed it.
You set a record of 20 invasion kills.
27 invasion kills is my
27?
highest.
That's
27
immense.
invasion. And can I just point out that wasn't even in Gambit Prime, that was in regular Gambit.
That was just regular Gambit.
So
That was
total
regular
number of
Gambit.
people I've ever killed in Gambit Prime was 2, and that's because I panicked and supered them. Then got a really passive message being like, "Why'd you super me?" I was like, "Trust me, I don't know." I feel like I just annoyed a few people unintentionally.
90% of the player base just panic super.
That's me.
Reminds me of Titans in D1.
Oh, the panic slam.
Yeah, it was just constant. Mayhem in D1 was horrible for panic slamming Titans.
That's why you just played a hunter with Tether.
Yeah, but Tether didn't come out until a lot later on, did it?
It's true. And even when it did hit, you still got killed by the slam before it registered.
Yeah.
We need the bagpipe for that.
No, you just need a different
Bagpiping.
sound.
No, I'm bagpiping, you sig. Oh, bagpiping.
Yay! I didn't get
Oh, yay.
bagpipe first. I didn't get bagpipe first. Right, that's it. It's fair game now. I can swear as much as I want. 6
But this is going to be constant bagpipes from now on, isn't it? We'll all be fine. Oh. So yeah, I finally actually got around to starting the Black Armory. I don't know how
Oh my
far
gosh.
behind I am. Yeah, so it's been there a while. I just never went and saw the lady who was an EXO. Is she an EXO?
It's Ada 1.
Ada 1. Never went and saw her because I didn't know I had to because I forgot. Yeah, so I went and saw her. Turns out she doesn't like hunters, or she doesn't like any guardian for that matter. And yeah, I got the really depressing story off Sig about why she hates everyone. And then
Warlords. Warlords killed her family.
yeah, I mean, you heard my impression of when you told me.
Spoilers.
Spoilers if you haven't started.
If you haven't played that, you're a good 5 months behind, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're
I only
quite
started
behind.
playing 5 months ago, so it's all right, isn't it? No, it's okay. Like it's okay. It's enjoyable. I got Le Monarque.
You did.
That was kind
That
of
was your
Hey.
first drop.
I hate that
First-
ball.
It's
I
pretty
hate that
good.
ball.
I like bows though.
No,
It's
I hate
scary.
that bow. That bow is so overused in Crucible. You forget Nerf and Lunar and not forgotten. Nerf Le Monarque, man. That
Yeah, but
thing
the
is
really
annoying.
scary thing is, I'm more accurate with Le Monarque than I am my Ace of Spades.
Have you tried using the sniper rifle in Crucible?
I don't even think I own a sniper rifle, and if I do, it takes me forever to find like different weapons. Like
We need to get you. If you're good with bows, you need to grab a sniper rifle that's got a snapshot and an opening shot. And I bet you you'll do all right with that.
I mean, I could just be one of those really annoying people. Use my bygone, right? And what I had some really good perks, and I knew you were really jealous.
Oh no, it's because you got a rampage spec.
Oh
as
yeah, I got a
well.
rampage spec as well. So I might just be one of those players.
Maybe.
I might
Sounds
just-
more like it.
It's like, ah! I mean, I do just tend to run at people when they're running towards me and then panic and go, why did I do that? So I feel like that's probably the way forward. I might just start using a shotgun just to like really annoying everyone.
Oh no, please don't. We've
already
already
got
got one
60.
shotgun ape in the clan. We don't need another one.
Shotgun sig!
How dare you?
Senior ape over there.
Senior Ape. I like that one as well.
Hey,
It's a pretty good name.
at least I'm not like meleeing, getting an overshield, and setting you on fire like I did in Destiny 1.
No, it's because I didn't play Destiny 1 with you.
I know.
You wouldn't have had a chance in D1. I was a sniping god in D1. You wouldn't have got anywhere near me.
I'd have just thrown one sticky at you.
You wouldn't have got anywhere near me.
I wouldn't have needed to.
I feel like
1v1 me right now. Let's go.
Let's go to Destiny 1 right now.
stream after the podcast, guys. I got the last word though. The last word. That was pretty cool.
What do you think of it?
I mean, I don't use it.
What did you think of the
Why
quest?
have you not used it?
Right, so we'll go through the quest and I'll explain why I don't use it. So the quest took me hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and I was told what to do. Right. It's like, Tony, shoot the arm when it glows. Okay, how hard can that be?
An hour and a half later.
Hour and a half later, I go, Tony, shoot the arm. What do you think I'm trying to do? And then it got to the point where somehow I got to like the 3 of them, because if you kill 1, then you kill 2, then you get 3. And I missed the last one. So I got taken back to the start and couldn't get to that point for like a good hour again. It was great.
I know somebody who actually broke a control doing that mission.
I didn't do that because Sig would kill me if I broke his control.
A friend of mine actually launched his control across the room because I think it took him an hour and a half to do it. Or near on 2 hours.
Because shout out to Razor's Wolverine.
Oh yeah, Razor's Wolverine. Ain't gonna ever throw that thing because it was so expensive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The amount of times that I fall over the wire though, and you might as well have just thrown it, to be fair. Just a bit ditzy.
That is the prime excuse for buying expensive gear for you when you're gaming is because you are less likely to launch it when stuff goes wrong.
That's fair. To be fair, I don't use my last word.
£300 headset, £300 control. None of them are getting launched. It's not happening. I'll just punch the wall next to me instead.
Break your hand. Can't play for a few days.
Crack a knuckle. At least I've still got my headset and my control. I'm sorted. I'm alright.
Right, go on then.
I don't use my last word because I don't like it. Because I think I was doing something and I was like, you know what? If I didn't use my last word and I was using my ace of spades, the heads would explode, and it'd just be a lot more satisfying to watch.
How are you using your last word though?
Probably badly.
Are you aiming down the sight when you use it?
It depends on what mood I'm in. Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Never aim down the sight with last word.
But I panic too much if I don't.
That's what that weapon is designed for.
Yeah, it's a full on.
Guaranteed. Yeah, guaranteed. You can just panic fire that thing and you will kill like 7 things in the vicinity.
Yeah, so literally, if in a scenario I was rushing you with a shotgun,
I could just.
Yeah, you could just like aim at me and keep tapping, and you'd kill me before I even got anywhere near you.
You have so much faith in me as a player.
It's a spam gun.
So because you're playing with us, that's why.
It's true. It's true.
You got to keep up or get left behind.
I got left behind when I started.
Yeah, fair play. You were like a few months behind, like a year or 2 behind by the time you started. So yeah, that's fair.
Gambit though, we're playing some Gambit. Love a bit of Gambit.
Mhm.
I love it. I prefer that to Crucible. Mainly because I like shooting like creatures that aren't other players because they actually die. Other players tend not to. They shoot me first.
I get more hate mail in Gambit than I do in Crucible.
I only get hate mail when I invade and use my super, but then I like apologize profusely and be like, I just panicked, and they're like, don't worry about it. It's cool. So.
No, I get hate mail when I invade because I'm just not a good person to go against in Gambit.
I think I've been on your team like when I first ever did Gambit. I think it were you there or was it Mordred?
It was Alpha, Mordred, and
it was
it was
us.
And me. Yeah.
Spicy, I swear Spicy was there.
I think Spicy was in the party with us.
I don't know. Either way, I know Spicy was there.
I think he joined midway through.
Probably. I know I played with you and like it was just every now and then, like, I'm invading, guys. Like, I'm invading, guys.
I'm invading.
Yeah, but
can't do it.
Let's be honest. Who else is going to invade?
Well, surprisingly, Sig's quite good at invading. So if you ever like want to swap,
he is, yeah, right. He is good at invading. I'll give him that.
I'm not invading.
I'm not as good as you at invading. just because
27 kills.
because
Yeah.
I have to get close to actually kill them.
Shock.
Yeah, whereas I just sit there with the Polaris Lance and watch them squirm. As I'm picking them off across the map before they even realise I'm there.
Gun. Such a good gun.
I don't acknowledge
Phenomenal gun.
which is probably my weak point. Like,
Screens flashing, red drifters like, invader on the field.
and I'm like, what's going on?
Alarms, sirens.
Like, in any situation, let's be honest.
Oh, is it a
The
race?
countdown
Wait,
appears on the screen
what?
and it's all panic stations.
And it's me being like, oh, cool, pretty lights. It's like in the raid, everyone was really stressed about this boss, and I'm like,
what we need to
man.
insert right now is a picture of a bunny rabbit in a field walking, because that's what you're like when that stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't get stressed about it because I just don't register as a danger. Like, they're not gonna come and kill me in real life, so I'm cool.
As soon as I hear invader, I see you and I think, well,
she's dead.
she's dead.
But like, there's been times where you've been sat next to me and like an invader will come and be like, oh, let me invade, let me kill this person. Then you realise I'm inverted and then it doesn't work.
Oh, you're on about when, like, oh yeah.
Yeah. You can't.
You confuse me there.
Like, you'll be sat next to me and I'll be doing like Gambit and you'll be like, give us controller, come on, let me kill them. I'm like, you can't. Sorry. Iron Banner then. Has anyone been doing it?
Yes.
I did a couple of matches, but not
You'd rather
really.
not talk about them.
No, it's just that I've fallen out of love with Iron Banner. I'm so sick of it being permanent control. I'm so sick of...
Yeah, that aspect, yeah, I'll agree with you on that.
It's just... It's not as exciting as it was in Destiny 1. I don't think the armor sets look as good as they did in Destiny 1 either.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Because they were like these really regal looking, like proper knight looking armor sets.
Yeah, I remember you saying last week. You were really wounded.
Like the Rise of Iron set was like chainmail and it was so beautiful.
See, I prefer the first Iron Banner set that you could get. That is still one of my favorite armor sets.
It was one of the most, like, at that point, most of the armor sets looked the same in the game.
Yeah.
Apart from the Raid set and the Iron Banner set. And the Iron Banner set looked fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm not touching it.
I think to this day I still have the Iron Banner set, the original Iron Banner set on my Hunter on Destiny 1. Just because it's such a good looking armor set. And I think that's one of the things that Destiny 2's missed out on, is there's no armor sets that really stick out. I mean, the Last Wish armor sets are very nice. Apart from the Warlock, because the one on the Warlock just gives you a massive neck.
Yeah, it's not good.
But other than that, the Hunter and the Titan look beautiful.
Yeah, I think my favourite armor set would have been in Destiny 1. It would have been the Crota's End raid set for my Warlock. That helmet. Oh.
Really? No, if we're going with Destiny 1 armor sets, Trials armor.
Trials armor, but which year?
Trials armor with both of them.
Yeah, both. I mean, the Egyptian looking armor set, and then you had the ornaments for them in year 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
I will admit I think it was year 1 Titan armor with the Horus helmet.
Yes.
That was the year 1 one, wasn't it? That was the first armor set. That was gorgeous. That was beautiful. Hunter set was nice. Chestplate was really good.
That was based on that. And then the Warlocks was based on Anubis.
So can I just ask a question, please? Because I just had a really strange image go through my head. Do you know when you said it had a horse head? You know, like there's horse masks people can get?
No, not horse.
No,
Horus, the Egyptian god.
That makes so much more
so
sense.
It was more like a... was it an eagle or hawk or something like that?
Something like that.
It was a big bird. Yeah, I heard horse. And was like, wait a second. Like,
sorry, I have an accent. I do apologise.
No, it's fine. Like, even when Sig said it, like, I genuinely questioned what he said. I was like, wait, what? What are those masks you can get from, like, dressing up shops? Like, what?
Nah.
Wow.
Nah.
Wow.
Yeah, I do think the first trial set for the Warlock and the Titan were gorgeous, and then the year 2 set, or the second set for the Hunter was the better one for
I
the
have to
Hunter.
admit as well, the Age of Triumph in Destiny 1 as well. The ornaments on the raid gear for the Vault of Glass I really liked.
Yeah, where they give you like the Vex legs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool because it like changed the way that your character looked, and it added like some little villainous parts to you. Like I think it was the Hunter that lost a leg, and it was a Vex leg.
Yeah,
That's cool. I know you're all up for like the one shoe look. You're all up for that at the moment, aren't you? See?
The what?
The one, you know, like the floaty lady. Can never remember her name. Floaty lady.
Oh,
yeah.
the
floaty
emissary.
lady.
the emissary, aka
Yes.
Oren.
Yes, with the one shoe look.
The one shoe.
He's all up for this. It's quite funny. Every time he's like, I want that. I want that. I'm like, I want that mine.
Does look cool. I'll give it that.
Does look cool.
When
She's
he's
got,
floating
like,
towards people, just
she's
one
got,
shoe.
She's got like the universe twirling on her leg. Why would you not want that?
Because I like one.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, bringing it back. Iron Banner armor in Destiny 2 has been awful.
Yeah. Nightfall. You were doing some Nightfall, weren't you, yesterday, Alpha?
Yeah, we were grinding for. I finally have Duty Bound,
Okay.
which is the strike-specific weapon from Savathun's song. I have done that strike probably 1,000 times, and it was only yesterday that I got the reward for it.
Is that to do with your RNG?
That's to do with my RNG. That perfectly sums up how bad my RNG is.
I think that the best look I ever had in a Nightfall was the Omnigul Nightfall when they brought out the Grasp of Malok. I got a god roll the first strike that I did.
That's kind of cool.
And I just left. I was like, bye guys.
No, I put my poor RNG down to my first Nightfall ever in Destiny 1. My first Nightfall ever in Destiny 1, I got Galahorn.
Oh.
I got
okay.
Galahorn from being last in a PvP match in Destiny 1.
Jeez, man, that's good. No, but I got mine for my first ever Nightfall, and I was like, what is the point in wasting a heavy, an exotic slot on my heavy?
Yeah.
Put it in my vault, never used it. So I think from then on, RNG was just like, well, if we're going to give you the best weapon in the game and you're just going to toss it aside, screw you. You're not having anything. I think that's where my poor RNG has stemmed from.
I remember playing with you and Mordred, and you were doing the same strike over and over again because you were after something, and you never got it. I think Mordred got it, and he'd had it like 4 times, and you were like, seriously? Why did you get it?
That was either Duty Bound or the Braytech Osprey from Strange Terrain. It was either one of those, because those two are the ones that I had been grinding for ages.
Yeah, I know you was
It
carrying.
never dropped.
You were trying to level me up and just carried me through everything. It was great because I couldn't kill anything. Just like, don't die, please. Just stay there. Don't die.
Yeah, we just needed a third there just for cannon fodder.
Yeah, basically.
Stand there, get shot.
No, don't get shot. You know, like, don't get shot, don't die. We don't want to come back and like save you. Just stay there. Try not to lie. It's all good. It's lovely.
That Southerners has been a really bad clan. We are a lovely bunch.
Oh yeah, you are a lovely bunch. It was like I couldn't do anything, so it was like we can't do a lot, like because you're not of level.
But yeah,
So-
we told you to stay there and don't get killed for your own benefit.
Exactly.
It wasn't a mean thing at all.
Oh no, like you were trying to level me up. Like I was like, guys, can I join you? And you're like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, you'll die a lot, but sure.
Yeah, why not? It's experience. So, because Sig wants to brag, he's got the recluse.
I literally got it 40 minutes before we did this podcast.
Hey, well done. Congratulations.
Yay. I
That's
will.
next on the agenda to be nerfed.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be nerfed next. It'll be in this week's TWAB. We'll open it up at the end of tonight and be like, oh, we're nerfing Recluse because it's too powerful.
And then you know what we'll do on next week's podcast?
You'll hear
We'll
that.
laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just
Can
laugh.
I just come back in just to laugh at Sig when that happens, please?
I mean, I think we should mix up guests, but like, if you come back in 5 episodes, I feel like that's like a bit of time.
That's fine. I'll just laugh at me in the party whenever he joins when we're online.
Go for it. Mix guests up a bit. We can't just say
You just got Recluse and it's nerfed.
it's nerfed.
Later.
We can quote you though. If you have any quotes about it, like you can send me it and be like, so and so said.
Yeah, fair.
We can do that for you. So question time.
Question
Q&A.
time.
I've got 3 questions. So my first question I was submitted is, what top tips do you have for Crucible? Mine, I'm going to start off with, is try not to die. I feel like that's a solid start point.
My top tip would be find a gun that you are comfortable with and just practice.
So is yours a shotgun?
Yeah.
So,
Shotgun and transversive steps. Never have to reload, slide at them. Game over for them.
that's fair. What's yours, Alpha?
Get good scrub.
Somebody has to say
No,
it.
no,
Someone has to.
I'm not even gonna do. No, I think my top tip for a Crucible would be, don't run it solo.
Okay.
Don't run it solo. If you run Crucible solo, you will try a lot harder. You'll be more focused on what you're doing, and you'll try a lot harder than what you actually need to. If you're in a group of people, you'll usually find that not necessarily just that you'll play better, but because you're relaxed, you're with a group of people that you know, you'll be having fun. Your mind won't be as focused on how well you're playing, and you'll relax into the game a lot more, and you'll feel more comfortable playing it.
I also feel like when you're with a group of people, if you do something cool and it comes up in the feed, everybody's like, "Oh!"
Yeah, it's hype. It makes you feel good about the stuff that you do. Whereas if you're playing solo, the chances are if you do something good, you'll be like, "Yeah!" You look around and there's nobody there, and you're like, "Well, that was pointless."
And then it's just like all around me are familiar faces.
Like I get that, and it is quite nice having a group when the rare occasion something does go right for me. Like I meleeed Jimmy in the face and he died. That was brilliant.
Out of his super.
Out of his, that was amazing.
Wow.
That was the only good thing I've done in probably Crucible in a while. But like,
No, the best thing was when I went to snipe you and I just saw a rocket come at my face.
that was pretty good as well.
Check out last week's episode for that clip.
That was great. Yeah.
I
Somehow
saw that.
that was a good night. But no, like I don't know, it was because you guys are so much higher up in like Crucible. Like, okay, it boosts me up a lot higher when I get more points if we win. But I'm playing people who are your level or not my level.
Not really.
Not all the time, not necessarily. Like
Not really.
the way that the matchmaking works is it tries to find people on level. So if we have somebody who's like 0.69, let's just say, and we have somebody who's like 1.75, it'll try and find a midriff between.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get unlucky and you get full teams and you're like, oh no. There's a dude with 4.57 because he's got no life.
You end up matching with Alpha and you know you're done for.
Luckily he's on my side
I'm
most.
right. Yeah, this is true. Unless we're doing a squad game.
In
Or
which case,
like the first time I ever played with you and Sig kept killing me, so you and Mordred came to save me.
Yeah, and then he
Yeah,
still
that's
killed
because
us because
I
he was
wasn't.
using his shotgun.
No. So for 2 matches, I wasn't allowed to use
Ape.
my shotgun. And then the
Ape.
match that I used my shotgun, what happened? Exactly.
You beat all of
So,
us.
did I still have a positive KD at the end of it?
Yeah, you did.
There we go then.
Yeah, but you were using
So
a
you
lot.
weren't that good.
Just that, yeah.
No, but I think another good thing for Crucible to take in mind is don't be afraid to not use the meta.
Oh yeah, try and enjoy
I
yourself.
don't use my primary weapon in Crucible is Bite the Fox. It's nowhere near meta. It gets outgunned by pretty much everything, but because it's something that I enjoy using, I play a lot better with it. So don't be afraid to step away from the meta. It doesn't mean that you're gonna do bad.
So just to clarify, the meta is any gun that is widely used by loads of people because it's the top of its tier. So every season you'll see something like, for example, Luna's Howl, Not Forgotten, top tier. Next month it's getting a nerf because it's been overused by Bungie's analytics.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. So don't be afraid not to use them.
Yeah, don't be afraid to step away from it. But in the same respect, if you're really struggling, don't be afraid to use it. Okay. Even if it's just to get yourself familiar with the game, go and use it. Get yourself that confidence, build it up, learn how different weapons work, learn how the most common weapons work, because you'll learn how they work and you'll learn how to counter them.
That's fair. So, next question. What's your favorite piece of lore I don't have a favorite piece of lore because I don't really pay attention to lore.
Still a
as
newbie,
probably
that's why.
should. And I'm a newbie. But yeah.
My favourite piece of lore? The bit where the ghost pulled pork, brung Aldrin back to life.
I hate you.
Pulled pork.
I
though.
hate you.
Why? What's wrong with that part?
Because Odin should not come back. Odin's a... I can't say because I'll get bagpiped.
He's a bad person. He's a bad
He's
person.
He's a bad man.
Kill the robot.
I feel like there's some tension like between you loving him and Alpha hating him. I don't really like him, I would say, but I just like his ghost name.
Pulled pork is a brilliant.
It is a
name.
great name.
It's
Isn't
better than ghost, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. Or little light, cute.
Little
You
light,
called me
yeah.
that.
What's your favorite piece of lore, Alpha?
I think mine's gonna be. I really like lore to do with the Hive.
Okay.
I think they're one of the most interesting enemies within the game. They're the closest thing connected to the darkness, which is essentially it's the polar opposite to the light, which is what the Guardians are full of, essentially. So anything to do with the Hive, the sword logic behind their hierarchy, their gods, which are the worms. Anything to do with the Hive, I absolutely love. And Destiny recently released, well, it was a few months back, they released something called the Grimoire Anthology.
Yeah.
Which is a book full of pre-Destiny Hive lore.
That's pretty cool.
And I've read cover to cover. It's the first book in ages that I've read cover to cover, and I loved it. I could not put it down. It was just so good.
They're also in a volume 2 quite shortly.
Yeah, so your boy's definitely going to be on that one as soon as it comes available. But yeah, I think my favorite piece of lore, despite the fact that it's not directly linked to the game itself, as in it's not something that you see in game, it's still attached to Destiny. That's still my favorite piece of lore, is that anthology. It's phenomenal, and I would recommend, if anybody hasn't read it, go read it. You'll love it.
That's fair. So, last question I've got. What's your favorite world and favorite play location? My favorite world, I don't know. I quite like Earth at the minute. I quite like Earth. My favorite play location. What are they called? The ones that only you can go in that nobody else can. Like secret worlds, lost worlds.
Lost sectors?
They're the ones. Lost sectors. I do like lost sectors. But that's just a general thing because I have no other people coming to come and like steal things I need to kill to complete things, because that annoys me quite a lot. So I do quite like that.
I think my favourite world would be Venus from Destiny 1. It was very green. I think the backdrop of that location was beautiful too. The blue lava coming out of the volcano. It was just really visually pleasing the first time I saw it.
Yeah. Favorite play location?
Anywhere in the Ascendant realm.
Okay, that's fair.
I just like that the colours faded out and it's smothering. It's quite beautiful. In a strange way.
It's beautiful but strange. Yeah. Alpha?
I say favorite world has to be Mars.
Okay.
In D2 at least, Mars, mainly because you've got Hive there, which are one of my favorite enemies to go against. As I've said, I love Hive lore, so fighting them is just fantastic. It's also where we encountered Zol for the first time, which is one of the strike bosses. I really liked the story to Warmind. I thought it was pretty good. It had mixed reviews, but I actually really enjoyed it. Plus, Mars, you've got Anna Bray, and Anna Bray is Bay. Oh,
I've heard something of Anna Bray, right?
Anna Bray is, oh my god, it's like my ideal woman. She's just so cool. She's a hunter as well, so that kind of like
always a bonus.
Yeah, that pulls
All
on the
the best
heartstrings straight away. So yeah, I'd say Mars is probably my favorite place to go. And then play location. Depends. D2. I'm unsure. D1 was definitely rated. D1 was definitely the raids. I love doing the raids in D1. D2 would probably be Crucible. I was never really a massive Crucible player in Destiny 1. I think the only times that I played Crucible was Trials. That was about it. But D2, I've definitely come into my own on Crucible, and I will quite happily play that for a couple of hours every night.
Yeah, that's fair. So they're all my questions. Do you have any questions that people ask you, Alpha? Or
yeah, I had a few. There's two that I really, really like.
okay,
I'm gonna start with those, and I might ask the other one. First one that came through to me was, have you named your ghost?
see, we had this debate the other day because I was like, I really want to name my ghost, and Sig was like, but why? It's a bit pointless, that. Like, rude. I want to name my ghost, but I don't know what yet.
See, I've named all three of my ghosts. My hunter's ghost is called Luna.
That makes sense.
My warlock's ghost is called Willow.
Aww.
And my titan's ghost is called Prometheus.
That's a great name. I like the name Tiberius, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I might call mine Tiberius because, or Cornelius, either.
Oh, good God. Please don't call it Cornelius. Tiberius, yeah, I can go for it, but not Cornelius. Come on.
It's a great name, though. What do you think, Sig?
I'm just going to call it Ghost because I don't trust them. I've played Bungie games before and the robots always betray you in the third game.
Somebody's got a bit of memories from Halo.
Yes.
Someone has to.
Rest in peace, Captain Johnson. Rest in peace.
And the other question I had, let me just quickly grab it. I should have really written it down, shouldn't I?
That's why we have
There
like
we go.
pieces of paper out right now because I just write.
Yeah, I wasn't that smart. I didn't plan that far ahead.
You know that meme? There's like all the red tape around the room and paper and stuff. That's what my room looks like right now.
Yeah.
Another question that I had was, outside of the meta, what is your favorite weapon to use?
I don't own any of the meta.
You're on a bygones.
Oh, okay, bygone. But I don't know, I quite
Outside.
like them.
So what?
They actually said that we'll get brownie points if we pick a more obscure weapon that nobody uses.
I like any hand cannon or sidearm. I've taken to sidearms recently. I hadn't told
Sidearms.
Sig.
That's okay.
I hadn't told Sig this until right now, so I'm getting a really cool look. That's why I'll show you in a minute. No, I've taken to them, like, because they're not quite hand cannons, but I can use them, and they're quite easy to use, I find.
And my favourite weapon outside of the meta, surprisingly, this is going to shock everybody, is the Supremacy Sniper Rifle.
Wasn't that the one you were playing with the other day, and you were like, this is actually surprisingly good?
No, that was Sidearm, and it was Smuggler's Word.
That's fair.
Oh, you people with your sidearms, man. I'm disappointed in both of you.
I'm going to go Wormwood.
Wormwood, yeah. That's a throwback for D1. Never mind. I'd say mine would be, at the moment, either Silicon Neuroma or Polaris Lance. Those are two of my favorite weapons to use at the moment.
Oh, fair. No, I don't know what either of them are, to be fair. So
Silicon Neuroma is a strike-specific sniper rifle, which is phenomenal, mainly because it has snapshot, makes it brilliant in PvP, and I think
Polaris Lance.
Polaris Lance. I don't know what it is about Polaris Lance. It's powerful, but it's not seen everywhere. I don't know why more people don't use it. Like, that's what I use to invade in Gambit.
Yeah.
It's such a good gun, and yet nobody uses it because, like, oh yeah, there's better exotics to use.
It's not just good in that either. Like, that gun was integral in like the Whisper mission.
Yeah, exactly. It's so versatile. Despite the fact that it's a scout rifle, it's so versatile. It's unbelievable.
Its perks are amazing.
Oh yeah, the fifth shot one. Yeah.
Once you unlock, I forgot what those. The catalyst, is it catalyst?
Catalyst, yeah.
Yeah. Once you get the catalyst for that gun, it just changes the way it plays completely, and it's amazing.
I'll take your word for it. I don't own it, so. Take your word for it.
You're 3 quest steps out of 5 to owning it.
Yay!
Yay!
I like how you know my inventory better than I do. It's like, so, got any more questions you'd like to ask? Or?
Kind of. This one's kind of similar to. It is from a different person, but it was kind of similar to the first question I asked. This person asked, "Have you named your guardian?"
I said this as well the other day, right? Because I got really excited and I was like, I want to name my character. As much as 6 said it was stupid, I did it anyway. I like the name Anastasia because secretly middle class. But Anastasia is just a nice name. Love it. I also like the idea of someone like with a really posh name being a hunter.
Yeah, my warlock is actually called Siegfried, and that's why I'm called Sig.
Siegfried.
It's not. I think he's having us on.
I am. I will not name anything in this game.
So you don't get emotionally attached.
No, because I know that we're going to lose all our stuff again when Destiny 3 comes out.
Yeah, we will. Everything will be gone again.
That's fair. What's yours?
Hunter's called Ty.
That makes sense.
My warlock is called Alessa.
That's a nice name.
And my titan is called Idris.
I like the idea of your titan being called Ty. Because it's a shorter version of Titan.
I expected the warlock to be called Beelzebub, to be fair.
Beelzebub. No, Hunter's Ty. Warlock is Alessa, and my titan is Idris.
Idris, isn't it?
Idris. Totally named after Idris Elba, because that's who he looks like.
Also
I was just looking at him like,
wait a minute.
I kind of recognize that face from somewhere.
Yeah.
Not just because he's black before anybody says anything. Come on.
I mean, to be fair, my original hunter in Destiny 1, there's a clip of it on Twitch. It had a blue bowl cut, and it was terrible. So I'd have called him Bowl Cut Billy Bob if I had to give him a name.
Bowl Cut Billy Bob. Oh my god.
Wow.
Please don't do that.
Please, never do that.
He's changed his haircut since then because I deleted him.
Yeah, that's good.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because Bungie, please get on haircuts and changing your character appearance, please.
Yeah, please. Come on, sort it out. Like, I would quite happily pay
I'll
to be
pay
able to redesign my character.
$15.99 for a haircut. So
Not even just a haircut, just to be able to redesign your character completely.
Yeah.
without
I'd
losing
quite
all your
happily pay
progress.
that.
Yeah, because if you change the way that your character looks. So when Destiny 2 came out, I deleted my original Titan and made a second Warlock, which was a bad idea because it didn't work the same as it did in Destiny 1.
Yeah.
So I wasted an entire 2 days with Jimmy, grinding out a second character to try and get bonus armor just to realise there was no bonus in it.
Yeah.
So then I deleted that Warlock and recreate my Titan from scratch. So I played the game 4 times within the first 3 weeks.
Wow. That's commitment.
I also had a bunch of time off work.
That's fair. I think that always helps. So, go on to the last part of this. Social media. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I will leave descriptions below. How can they find you, Alpha?
I've just gone through Instagram, which is Alpha_Lupii. 2 eyes.
And we'll write that below as well.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
No worries. People can give you a follow. I'd like to shout out to all 5 of our beautiful subscribers. We love you all. Don't know who you are because we can't check because they won't let me. But thanks anyway. You're great people.
You're helping us grow.
Helping us grow bit by bit. Who knows? This time next year we might be on 50. One per episode. We can do this. Yeah. Also, this is kind of fun news. Our clan, which is called the Faceless Empire.
Recruiting.
Our. I mean, it's not our. It's mainly sort of. I'm new. I don't know why I'm claiming it.
Yeah, it's kind of my project.
It's 6 project, and Alpha's
been
been there forever.
Hang on. It's quite clearly my project, seeing as I'm the most active member.
Just
Let's
because
not
Totally
say
my
it for the
project.
I'm going to adopt the mothering of the group role. I can do that.
the news here is that we're recruiting, and if you check below, there's going to be a link that'll take you to our Discord.
Yeah. So
Um,
we're gonna have a bit of a conversation. What type of person do you need to be in a clan?
we generally only let people in who are 18 plus.
Yeah.
Due to some previous, let's just say,
Bagpipe moments.
Bagpipe moments. Yeah, there's a lot of cursing, a lot of swearing, a lot of adult content.
Strange topic of conversation sometimes.
Yeah, strange topics of conversation.
The main thing is that we're a clan that are there to help each other.
Yeah.
That's how it's been since day one.
Yeah.
We might come across as a little bit weird, and
You might come across that way. That's because you are.
I mean, you can tell from the dynamic between me and Alpha that not everything's always like 100% agreeable.
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah.
I hate you.
I hate you too.
I'm joking. I love you, man. I love you.
I love you too, man. Yeah, so if you join through the link below, it'll take you to a page with all our rules and regulations and stuff. Basically, just come check it out, and if you're on Xbox, that's where we are.
Yeah, because we're cool.
Yeah. We hope to see you in there.
Definitely. Don't forget, it's been a very long podcast this week. Thank you for sticking it out to this point. We've now got a couple of clips of our weekly gameplay, but we also decided it'd be quite fun to find some of Alpha's gameplay. Not from this week.
I don't like this.
Genuine,
I don't like this.
General gameplay that we may have sort of found, and I sort of laughed at. Sig's picked one, and I've picked one. Alpha has no idea what they are, so he's got to wait until we uploaded it to see it.
And then I'm going to go and bury my head in the sand out of embarrassment. Do you know what? I still think that I know exactly which one Sig's picked.
Oh,
I'm willing to put my house on it. Put it that way.
Oh, I'm intrigued now. Which one do you think it is? Because I've already saved the clips, so.
I think it's the one of him killing me with his sparrow.
Han, I think you've just lost your house.
Really?
Yeah.
No!
Yes.
Come on!
Oh.
Yeah. It's not that one. But I mean, you've given me that. That was the clip I was going to use.
That's the clip that Toni
was
picked,
my clip.
actually.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That was the clip I was going to use because I found it funny because there's a clip of me doing the same thing but to Sig.
All right, fair enough then.
So I found that one funny. But no, Sig's got a really good clip of you. And it's fairly recent as well.
It is recent.
I still don't like this. I still don't like this. Well, I know that I'm going to be embarrassed by yours anyway, so whatever Sig's picked, it can't be anywhere near as bad.
It can be.
That's not well. That doesn't bode well.
It'll be fine. It was all in the name of jest.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah. So thank you for listening for a whole hour, everyone. And we'll see you next week. And we'll probably do the same thing. We'll see if we can get another guest on.
This has been
shedding a little light on the situation. And I've been Toni.
And I've been Sig.
And who's the other person?
I've been Alpha.
There you go. And thank you for listening. See you guys.
Peace.
Bye.
Guardian down.